There we go. This is day 20 something of 100 Days of Theology. We're still doing Kierkegaard, but this one is Kierkegaard and Works of Love. My brother and another guy, Chris, we all read this book at the same time called Works of Love. All right. But Kierkegaard does something interesting, is that he focuses kind of on ethics and on human relationships. So this is actually really important for all of us to understand. This ancient, early Bronze Age commandment, love your neighbor as yourself, still applies to things today. But Kierkegaard does something interesting, is that he focuses on a different part of that sentence in a few ways. So it's like, you shall love your neighbor as yourself. You shall love your neighbor as yourself. You shall love your neighbor as yourself. And then the last part, you shall love your neighbor as yourself. And then Kierkegaard actually does something that's quite rabbinic, in that there really is no separation between you and your neighbor. And then one step further, there's actually no separation between loving your neighbor and loving God. Those are all the same thing. But speaking on top of the last one about purity of heart is to will one thing. To want and to will the good at all times, at all places, for all people means this. You want the good for other people because it's roundabout a good for us. And you also want the good for yourself because it's roundabout also a good for other people. That's the brilliance of the as yourself, is what Kierkegaard says. That as yourself slashes down and destroys any hint of a selfishness, of a division, that to love yourself is separated from loving other people, or that to love other people is separate from how you love yourself. So Kierkegaard, if you ask me, is quite an adept, not only theologian and philosopher, but ethicist, when he says, yeah, the second greatest commandment is, you shall love your neighbor as yourself. Pay attention to it. Do it, because it can change the world. So there you go. Kierkegaard and Works of Love. Well, let's call this one Kierkegaard and the second greatest commandment, shall we? 100 Days of Theology. Thank you for listening. Y'all are wonderful. Have a great day.